my name is Desiree, and you made it, and I made it to part 3 of my publishing mistakes for my book, Stay at Home, Calls for Poetry. It is out now, and I'm working to have the ebook out now because that is one of the mistakes I did not do on July 12, 2022 when I published my book, and you will hear more about that soon. But thank you so much for watching. If you want to catch up and to learn other mistakes I have made, my first video is about the external mistakes I made with my book. My second video is about the internal mistake, or interior, or internal. Because exteriors are interior. Interior, internal mistakes I made with my book, poetry book. And now we're going to talk about other. So general other mistakes that I made that may help you to avoid or to do differently, and that I might do differently next time when I publish my other books. So you're sitting on my computer. So if you see me run my hand, you're on my phone, but you're sitting on my computer, and so I think that helps the lighting a little bit, but I did not feel like turning on a light nor opening the windows, so I hope this lighting is okay. Alrighty, so I'm going to be looking at my notes, which is right here, about the other mistakes I made. And so first, we are going to start off with my ebook and not having an ebook. So I think it's good and helpful to allow readers to have different options, and I just could not afford at the time to pay someone to format an ebook for me. And I did try to do it myself months later after publishing my book, but it was too hard, and I found myself messing up or not looking good when I would check the preview. And so I was getting frustrated. It was taking me a week, if not weeks, to just try to make it kind of look decent. And I was like, I don't want it to go to readers and then it not look right when they get it on their Kindle or their Kobo or whatever platform you may use to read an ebook. And I also don't read ebooks a lot. I just got into it through the Kindle. Is not necessarily an app because I feel like that would be on my phone, but I do have a Kindle reader that I use on my computer to read the ebooks that I have purchased. Some have been free purchases because an author was doing a deal, and some were just actual purchases that I did that might have been on sale or might not have been. So yeah, I'm slowly reading ebooks, but not enough to understand like how it looks for you, depending on if you read off your phone, if you read off a Kindle, if you read off a tablet. I don't have a tablet, so I don't know how it may look for you, and I did not want it to look awful or be so distracting that you couldn't even get into my poems, because that is not the goal. The goal is for you to connect with my poems, learn about me, or just learn about a different person's perspective and see the world differently, even if only for a moment, or feel like you can connect and relate to emotions that I did express and feel not alone. So I would not want that to be distracted from, and so that's why I did not go forward with trying to format it myself. And in June of 2023, so slightly last minute, but I got it in, I am a part of a author Facebook group. I don't remember the title right now, but there are different author Facebook groups you can join depending on just what is beneficial for you. I may be a part of 3 to 4, not too many, and I was more like looking for some or hearing about some in 2021, and now I might hear about new ones, or not even new ones, but just hear about other Facebook groups here and there. but I'm not actively trying to join because I don't do well trying to keep up with so many different stuff. So I'm happy for the ones I have found. They are still beneficial to me. Some people still post. And the reason I brought this up is because I posted the question in the Facebook group, did anyone know of a good ebook formatter? And I had never used Fiverr before, and I know a lot of authors on YouTube talk about be careful using Fiverr, but it still is a possibility. And that's why I wanted to ask around, because I was having trouble finding someone on Instagram or just finding someone through like trying to look on Google that is an ebook formatter. And this person recommended I try this other person's services as an ebook formatter, and I was happy with the results. So I'm very thankful that I got someone else that has used that person before, because it made it more credible. But of course, it could have had some mess ups, or it could have been a risk, but luckily it wasn't for me. And even though there were some corrections that had to be made, there was 2 rounds of corrections, and so I did have to give feedback of what needed to be changed. But he communicated with me really well and responded quickly within the night, if not the next day, and got it done. So I was very happy. And so I think it was a mistake for me not to post or not to publish an ebook, because like I said, different formats allows more readers to come in through whatever platform they may use. So paperback, while nice and is a solid way to sell your book, and especially to connect with readers, ebooks are popular as well. And I'm glad I finally have one for you this year. So yay. I hope you find the price more reasonable. My poetry book is at a reasonable price to me, but at a lower price than most books. It is $8.50. And I've been playing with my mind if I should just do, or not playing with my mind. I've been thinking and going back and forth in my mind, wondering if I should change it to $7.99. But the reason I chose $8.50 is for 2 reasons. One, the 99-cent thing, like $7.99, $5.99, it half annoys me. And I feel weird about it, because I want to just say like the exact number. Like, to me, that's more satisfying. But I get that maybe seeing that first number, so $7.99, may trick the mind that it's cheaper, even though it's $8. But for me, I always round it up. So like if someone asks me how much was that book, I would just say $8. I would round it up. And so that leads me to my second reason, saying exactly $8.50. I felt it was lower than $10, but more than the $7.99 for the page length. But I was also like, the work I put in and the connection that people might get from my book, I thought the value was well at $8.50. But I know a lot of authors recommend research other books in your category or in your genre to make sure it is the correct price. And if this is going into another mistake, so I'm going to skip ahead just for a second. If I had maybe published or sent my book to a publishing company, or like it's kind of like a literary magazine that if interested in your book, they'll publish it. If I had did that and connected with them and they helped me publish my book and did more of the work than me doing it all of myself, then they may have priced my book at $9.99. And so it's kind of really, I think, up to the person or company, and also looking in your genre and what works. But because of the page length and because of who I am, I thought $8.50 was correct. But going forward, I will try to make sure that my books are priced at a not so like shocking or stand out price, but that it flows with my genre and it's easier for readers to say, yep, I'm just gonna buy it. And so if you would like to know now, I'm gonna have my ebook at $2.99. When I was just selling it on my own on my website, it was $3 exactly. But now I am gonna do the $2.99 to hopefully get more readers to buy my book. But I'm gonna do a 99-cent sale, so hopefully that will excite you and encourage you to read my book and check it out. I don't think by the time you're watching this video it will be approved by KDP yet, but just please keep checking, because I think it will be approved by Monday, which would be the 10th, which would be 2 days before the celebration. But yeah, just keep an eye out for that, because I will have the ebook available. You can keep up with me here, because maybe I'll make a community post, but that's just adding to my list of things to do, so maybe not. But I don't want to overwhelm myself, even though I am planned for this book birthday, or I have planned for this book birthday. I also haven't. Like, there's stuff I should have had already recorded and already ready to upload, because I'm going to be honest with you, I am recording this on July 6, 2023, and it's supposed to go up tomorrow. So I'm going to hopefully edit it tonight and edit it tomorrow morning, depending on time. And I don't know yet the exact time I want to upload it on Friday for you to see, but I hopefully will have it done. So I just need to get better for future releases of having all my announcements and videos and posts to share ready a month in advance, if not at least 2 weeks in advance, because I'm working right at the deadline of everything. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. But let's see number 2. And this is okay, so I didn't jump too far ahead, because this is next. Not submitting is called to a press or a contest or a publishing company. So mistake number 2 is that I just thought, I want to self-publish. I want to get this book out there, and I want to do the work. I want to get my book out there. I'm creating these poems. They're coming to me. I'm putting them together. Everything's aligning. And my mind automatically jumped to self-publish, and I forgot press exists. Publishing presses exist. Contests, writing contests exist, and publishing companies exist that may want already finished poetry collection and could have done the work for me. And when I realized it, and it wasn't the week of my me publishing my book, it might have been a month, if not a few months later. And at first I was like, wow, did I mess up? Or wow, like, how did I forget that? How could I forget that? And then I thought about it more, or I sat with it more, and I was okay with it. I didn't feel terrible or annoyed or mad at myself. It was more just surprised that it never crossed my mind to do it. And maybe that's saying that self-publishing is the right track for me. Or maybe it's just saying you're learning as you're going. Don't forget all your options, and to think of that next time. And it's true, I need to think of that, because it did not come to mind at all. And so, but there are some, I think, literary magazines or contests that even if your book is published, or poems or select stories is published, you can still submit it to them, and then that could get more eyes on your book. So I need to look for that more. I am aware of that, but I haven't looked for those magazines or those contests yet. And so that is one of my goals, to maybe find more readers through other platforms that already has people coming in. Number 3, I didn't do a giveaway. On Instagram, I have seen and I have received book giveaways. I've received from 2 authors, and I've seen this as a way to just promote their book, get more people to like comment on a post, learn what their book is about. And oh, actually 3. I've gotten 3 book giveaways because yeah, I forgot. And I think it is smart, and I think it is a beneficial way of promoting the book. It's just, for me, it goes back to like time and also planning. I know that I want my post to not say tag 2 friends, because for me the idea of tagging 2 friends is a hard thing to process, because my Stories by Desiree Instagram account is not connected or not known a lot by people that I know, or my friends or my family or those around me. It's more amongst a new group, having new followers and following new people and just connecting with more people and other people. And so even though I am communicating and talking to some people that I would consider like just nice people to chat with and nice people to like, oh, I'm gonna repost their stuff in my story, or I'm gonna comment, I do have those friendly Instagrammers that I do communicate with, but I don't know if I would feel comfortable all the time tagging them when it may just be kind of random or out of the blue, depending on if I think maybe they would also like the book. And so when someone in the giveaway or in their rules for the giveaway says like, comment this, follow my page, and then share it or tag 2 friends, I don't want that in mine, because I want it more to just be about my readers and whatever I wrote down on my phone, like what my questions or what my thing I would want you to comment in the chat is. I can't remember, but I kind of want it to be more about my readers, be more about you guys. So I know that. But I do think giveaways are helpful and definitely a way for people to like keep up with what you do on your page, because they entered the giveaway. They may not have won, but now they're still aware of you and still around. I know some authors on YouTube do say be aware that some people may unfollow you once the giveaway is over and they see they didn't win, which is true. That could happen. But I like the opportunity that I have tried to do or have received from it. And some people have done it in unique ways or fun ways. And so it's just about finding what works for me. And I haven't found the time to do it correctly. So I hopefully will do it with, I want to say I'm going to have a novel published soon, but I don't know when soon is. I was hoping the end of this year, but it may not happen because I had one beta reader give me feedback back, and I think I'm gonna have to make a big change to a certain plot point, and that's fine because in the back of my mind I knew, or I was prepared for that change, or not prepared, but I thought about that change and I just didn't do it. But all that to say, for my next book, whatever book that may be, I will keep in mind preparing for a giveaway. All right, number 4. Another mistake I feel like I did, but I do have this time that I did not have last year. I did not make a book trailer. And I think book trailers can be fun. I think they definitely can grab the reader or grab a viewer in. And it just showcases your book. And so I should have done it last year. I thought about it, and even months later, I was starting to make one and literally only made 10 seconds maybe of it and stopped. um, and so I'm glad I finally pushed to do it this year. Plus, I sent it to my brother just for his feedback, and then he said it's too slow. It was like all the right elements was there, but it was too slow. And so then I sent him a kind of other book trailer I saw that I kind of like their vibe, and then he just helped me and edited my video to make it a little quicker or smoother transitions. So that was nice of him. I did not ask that because usually we send each other feedback for stuff, and so I just wanted his honest feedback. I knew he would say slow, but I didn't know he would think it was that slow, but then I kind of did, and I just thought, okay, I'll make it faster myself. But then he said it was one of his kind of free-ish days, and so he did it for me, and I'm very appreciative. Yeah, so you'll see my book trailer soon for Stay-at-Home Calls for Poetry. Number 5. So I said not sharing my journey, more organized. And I think that means that I was not confident with my YouTube back then. So, and I was still not confident, but also figuring it out. So I felt like I more started filming when I was unboxing things, like unboxing my poetry book, unboxing the bookmarks, receiving the author copies, release day. And then I started doing better, but before that, it was kind of just random video. I don't know how to show you excitement or show you the process. And then on Instagram, it was like, oh yeah, I gotta show the cover. Oh, I gotta do it in like a build-up reveal of the cover. Randomly do 3 posts back to back or not in a day, but like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is just an example. I don't remember the exact days that I showed like a little tease reveal, but I did like 3 days into reveal, 2 days, 1 day, and then the reveal. But it was very rushed. And then to like do a build up, I just shared like chapters and then kind of maybe some of my illustrations, but it wasn't organized at all. And so I need to plan more. And I definitely have watched more author tubers explain how they plan for release. And I also purchased Mandy Lynn's book launch planner. It is no longer spiral. I have the spiral version, but it is no longer spiral. She has it on Amazon now as a paperback. But I did skim through when I purchased it. I purchased it, I believe, after, or it was really close to my release, and so I was like, I don't need this to overwhelm me with more stuff that I didn't do, so I didn't look at it then, but it is very helpful. So yeah, so just if you follow any author tubers, go to their website and see if they have any freebies, because I know Bethany Adazadeh, I believe she has a freebie book launch checklist. So yeah, I think those are helpful. And I would definitely want to do it better next time to just make you more aware. Because I feel like, sadly, even with this book birthday, I did it all last minute. I just randomly said, oh yes, this is happening. Now I'm going to tell you about it. And now I'm just going to post every day. But, like, are you truly prepared? Did you really see the build-up? Maybe not, maybe yes. But here we are. And at least it's, I guess, a little longer. It's not the week of. You get like a week and a half. Well, now it's Thursday, so it's literally next week. Next Wednesday is Stay at Home's book birthday. So it's kind of late, but it's okay. I'm learning as I go. Learning as I grow. Number 6. Not collaborating or reaching out or finding like social media people or just people to connect with and also maybe promote my book or just to talk with or share my book with. So I did reach out to someone on Instagram last week who agreed that she would read my book, but she'll be probably finishing it or reading it a little after the book birthday because she has other books on her list, and that's completely fine. I just told her I'm very thankful for her to be reading it, and she's gonna leave an honest review on her Instagram. So I'm thankful that I reached out to her. It was very nice. Yeah, her Instagram is Books and Wine, or Books, Wine, and I. And I'll just show you here if I still messed it up a little. But yeah, it was cool. It's cool that she pairs wine and reading, and just maybe what she was drinking while reading the book, and just trying to give like that relaxing, just like book chat vibes. So yeah, and just sharing other people's books. So that's nice. But yeah, when I published Stay at Home Calls for Poetry July 12th, 2022, I did not really reach out to anybody, and I started later because I've sending books out for free is sometimes, I feel like, what we have to do as authors, and I did do it for these two wonderful ladies that are part of a podcast. I sent it to them because I felt like my poetry book connected to what they were sharing in their podcast, and they did post it in their stories for a day or two, and so that was nice. And then they sent me a message of like how they felt after reading it, and so that's very nice to hear. I did a interview with Danielle Marietta on Instagram. She has a series called Buy That Book, and she supports authors, and it gives them a 10-minute chat, asking them questions and having them share about their book. So I would definitely check out that series on Instagram if you haven't. I know it's Thursday, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. Eastern Standard Time is morning and evening. But I don't remember the other day because it's not just on Thursdays. It's one other day and Thursday. It might be Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I could be wrong. But check her Instagram, and I'm gonna post the interview on my YouTube later this week or next week, just so you can see it, because it may be hard to find on Instagram. So I just want it to be available so you can know more about my book. Yeah. Is that the only things I did to communicate? I want to still try to connect with maybe a school or a program that I think like my target audience for my book could read, or just have that space with, because I think teens and young adults could really relate or take something from my book. But it's also for adults, because I've had adults read my book and said it made them think or just see another perspective, but also made them think back to when they were a teen, or similar emotions they felt but haven't thought about in a while. And so I think it is for different age groups, but I think my target age is teenagers and young adults, like college age students. So yeah, because I felt like that's when I was really exploring like my voice and comparing how I held it back and what ways I held it down, and then why it's so important for me now to release and move to this next stage of my life. So yeah, I think we're on number 7. Not reaching out to libraries or bookstores. Number 7. Yeah, because local, you can, a lot of authortubers recommend like reaching out to your local library, your local bookstore, and just seeing what their policy or what their rules are, or if they connect with indie authors, and then just reaching out, sharing how your book may benefit their store, or how it connects to maybe a program they already do, or just how you're a local author and you want to share. So yeah, I'm trying to do that now, but it's still a work in progress. I have looked it up, but I'm a person that has like two windows of tabs open, and sometimes it takes me forever to get back to it. And then sometimes my computer needs to sleep or my computer is moving super slow because of all the tabs. And I have lost my research that I did do for bookstores. But at the same time, I know, or I think it's telling me that when I do this research, I need to pull up a Google Doc or pull up some type of form to type out the bookstores I want to reach out to or the libraries I want to reach out to and keep it in a list so I can remember and not just have it in a tab for later, because then later turns into weeks from now, and then it turns into never, and that's not good. Number 8, being organized or knowing a lot before. And so I have a little asterisk that says allowed to just jump in, but take advice from Facebook groups, Understand LLC, Saving Money, Amazon A+ program or banner content, choosing a social media or a specific platform that I want to market and share, knowing my message or how I want to connect with my audience, having a website and newsletter ready. I did, before my book, have a website and newsletter, but it was rushed. And I need to change my website now because I have a vision of what it could look like to look more closer to my message or what I'm trying to convey for Stories by Desiree and kind of also my LLC. But it's not there yet, and I need to do it. I've been procrastinating and putting it off, and I want to make sure I have the right time for it, but I need to just do it. And I wanted to record that process to show you like the before, what it looked like, and just for me to remember, and then the after to see it like more cleaned up. And I'm also thinking with my website, I want to share short stories with you, just snippets, because I used to do that on Tumblr, and I had fun doing it. And so I think I want to bring that back. And then I found on YouTube Shorts, I work with, my job currently is working with students learning English. So I tend to work with teens and adults, but sometimes I also work with kids. And some of the ways I help my students practice their English skills is through listening. And then after listening, I have them, one, ask me questions if they didn't understand any words or the story, and then 2, to retell the story in their own words to me. And I finally found a good, because one of my students, she didn't like hang on. Hi. Okay, I think that video was too long, and so I had to end it and then start a new one because that was 33 minutes. So I hope I cut it down to a good length for you guys to watch. But this is part 3, the finale, so it's gonna be a long one, but I'm almost done. So speaking about my students, so she didn't like the listening that was like 3 minutes or longer, and then shorts are a minute or shorter. And so I found it's called M Wallet, and they just post short stories that literally last a minute. And I'm like, this is amazing. Like, there's just a bunch of different short stories. They can be slightly interesting to intriguing, and just like different little stories. And I was like, I like this, I want to do this, but that's just like a whole tangent of like distraction. So what I more should do is post some of the short stories I want to do on my website for you to read and just get more of a taste of my writing style. So stay tuned for an update on my website. But yeah, this is a valid point that I made for mistake number 8, of just knowing more and being prepared so that my Amazon author page is ready, my website's ready, my what did I say? My newsletter, sending out newsletters and gaining more subscribers that way by giving like little teasers, a little freebies, so you want to follow me and keep up with what I'm sending in emails. Like I said, organizing or scheduling for my Instagram or my YouTube, so I'm planning ahead. Yeah, and still listening. So some groups or some beneficial courses that I've taken or that I still have or I'm still a part of, there are videos I could rewatch to remind myself or to learn or to take notes from and then actually apply and do, so that my who I am as an author and my message of my stories is stronger, and I haven't done it yet. And so I feel like I'm watching so many authortuber videos and it's good and I'm learning, but it's also too much. And I need to slow it back down. I need to go back and make sure I'm doing what I need to before just learning more or before just absorbing myself with what other authortubers are doing and me not doing things for myself. I need to do things for my readers, for you, and then also for myself to make my author career stronger. So yeah, I just need to work on that and actually apply, do, act, and create. So that is a goal that I'm definitely going to work towards. And then the last one was my price, and I said $8.50. Like I told you, my paperback is $8.50, but if you buy on my website and you want it signed, it is $10. And also you get the bookmarks included, and that's also because I am paying for shipping, so it does bump to $10. And I said that maybe I'm being stubborn with the prices, so like I told you before, I have to make sure I'm doing it smart with the market and not just because what I want, but I also want to keep money struggles in mind for people, and just that yes, I want to make money, and yes, I want my career to take off, but I also want my readers to be able to afford it depending on their circumstances. And I know it's like if a reader truly supports you or appreciates your content that you're giving them, then they'll pay any price, and I do hear that. But I also want to make sure I'm just thinking of like people in my shoes. Like there's so many books that I have on a notepad in my there's so many books in my notepad on my phone that I want to buy, that I want to read, and I haven't yet because I do not have the money. And so I think it all factors. But yeah, I think a bonus number maybe 10, maybe 9 that I want to share that I kept thinking of, but I may forget right now. 1 second. I remembered. Doing local events like an open mic or a poetry reading or just some event to share my book and to read from my book. I started doing that. Is it just this year? Yeah, this year. I've been to 2 places, but one of the places I went to twice, so 3 in total. And it's been a great experience, and I'm thankful I did it, but I haven't done more, and that factors into me not wanting to be out late. And so, and a lot of events tend to start at 8 or start at 9 and maybe end at like 10, 10:30, 11, and I need like start at 2, start at 3, let's end at 4, 5, 6, maybe 7, but that's the latest, not starting at 7. And so, or you can start earlier. You can start at 10 a.m. You can start at 11, 12 p.m. But that's something I'm balancing because I do understand for like poetry and open mics, they are later. And maybe if I was with a group, it would help me feel a little more comfortable going out later. But it's just my personal feeling, or my personal thing, like that I'm choosing. So yeah, but I do think events, or just a way to share my work, even finding like bulletin boards, because I know cafes sometimes allow you to put up like about your business, so I could put a bookmark up there. But I need to do that. And then there's also book like in when you're just walking in a neighborhood, there could be free book libraries where you just open it, put a book in, and I've been meaning to do that and I haven't. So there's just so many things and so many ways to share my book. And yes, it's maybe I'm giving it away for free now, but it could be in the hands of someone that shares it with someone else and they buy it, or they subscribe to my YouTube, or they follow me on Instagram because they liked my story and wanted to share it, or wanted to keep up with me to see what I publish next. So I do think that's also a good way to connect with new readers. So I just need to do more, is what I'm saying. And I hope you learned something from my mistakes. It's a learning journey as well as a exciting journey. It's definitely a struggle and hard sometimes, and it's definitely difficult when I don't see sales, or I don't know how to connect, or I don't even know what freebie to give you. But I'm learning and I'm growing, and I hope to just keep prospering with my author career. Thank you so much for watching. You can purchase Stay at Home Calls for Poetry. I would appreciate it. Or share it and let someone else know, or gift it, or you can just donate to help support me share my book with others. And please take care, and don't forget, just write your story, and take care.